We are so excited now about Project Genesis. This is a project that we are working on to renovate, restore, improve, anything that would make our whole community better. I'm Diane Huey, and we've lived here in Walker's Ridge for 31 years. We moved in 1987. We love it here, and we've got the best neighbors in the whole wide world. It's a beautiful community. Houses are selling rapidly because people like the neighborhood, seeing people out walking, and they like the swimming pool, they like the tennis courts. We're really excited about the playground that's going to be installed soon. In the future, we know that we're going to have more expenses as things continue to wear out and the subdivision gets older. It's been 31 years, so we've got to keep up our common grounds. We've got to keep up all of our amenities.
Maintaining our community takes an extensive amount of detail and information. In order to gain a clear understanding of the condition of our property, the board hired a professional engineering firm to do a physical needs assessment and reserve study. That reserve study gives the board a very clear picture of what needs to be replaced in a timely fashion, and also the average life expectancy of our common areas. What that means is that an engineer came out to look at the physical condition of our common areas and assess whether or not we have enough money over the next 30 years to maintain them. It clearly shows in the reserve study, if we stay at this current funding level, by 2022, we will be underwater. This is our third meeting reviewing this plan. We also put together a group of 12 people, the G12 committee, a diverse group of 12 volunteers who have researched and reviewed all aspects of Project Genesis and have made recommendations to the board of directors. The results of that study are posted at the Walker's Ridge website for you to review.
We've got this huge nuclear bomb that Jarrett's told you about. That is going to have to be repaired before it causes some major damage in the subdivision.
This is the nuclear bomb that I mentioned here. What you're looking at is a 48-inch storm drain at the top part of our neighborhood. This drain goes from Wilshire all the way down underneath Walker's Ridge and exits right by the clubhouse. This is a head wall. This head wall should be facing directly at a 90-degree angle. The collar has rusted, and you can see how the pipe is no longer cylindrical. It's more of a kind of a squished pancake. As the water came through there and washed all the rock down, so it snapped right at the neck of the pipe. This part here obviously is going to have to get replaced. The collar that's on that normally would be sitting right over the mouth of this drain. Now, the water that's coming from this pipe normally comes from the detention area at the top part. This whole area above here should be clear with no trees on it. We've got roots that grow through and undermine the pipe. This is something we asked the county about. There's nothing in this detention pond that is the county's responsibility. We've talked to the insurance company. Insurance says it's not covered. The fix is going to be very simple. Take the trees off of the earthen dam. This head wall obviously needs to go. We need to repair this, put a mesh over the whole surface here to hold it back in place, put a riprap rock right below, patch all the way through the length of the pipe with concrete, cut back the rusted part so we have a nice clean collar, and reset the head wall. We found a really good solution for about $16,000 that will put us where we need to be, and then a maintenance program to continue to watch this pipe. That and monitoring will ensure that we don't have any issues downstream.
From day one, we talked about a clubhouse. All we had was just the little cabana with the 2 restrooms and the pump room for the pool. Nothing else. One of our residents knew somebody that was a contractor. We talked to him and asked him if he would be willing to work with us to build a clubhouse.
We're here at the clubhouse, one of the first areas that we need to take care of. We're going to bring you inside, show you some of the areas in disrepair, and some things are going to be kind of shocking for you.
If any of you have had a party in the summertime and the air has gone out, you know how fast and how hot it gets down there.
The paint needs to be refreshed. It has never been repainted since it was built. There's a gas line for the fireplace that doesn't work. The sinkhole in the parking lot is a result of improper drainage and needs to be addressed. Heading up into the attic, we can see that the roof will need to be replaced in 5 years. Here in the clubhouse, routine maintenance needs to be performed to keep things running smoothly. We can no longer afford to run till failure.
There have been a lot of things that we've had to let go because we didn't have the funds to do it. Drainage has been a problem. Water drained right over the playground and caused equipment to rot down at ground level and below, and the equipment was dangerous.
Here we are in the pool house. We have an alarm system that is no longer operative. Walking into the pump room, you see the electrical panel. This panel obviously is not operational. It's not safe. In the men's room, we have a urinal that leaks every time you flush it. Now we're headed out to the pool area. We've got 2x4 tennis ball size grout lines that need to be totally resurfaced, replaced, and brought up to safety standards. In fact, the water is pulled underneath the concrete decking. When you step on it, it bubbles up. We have old fencing attachments, screws hanging out of them. We've got rotting wood right at the base next to a clogged drain. We've got pool noodle size gaps between the fence and the pool deck. We've got improper lighting in various places. We've got chemicals in the lifeguard shack that are damaging the floor and the door. We've got electrical boxes that are not up to code and not fully weather stripped. We've got improper drainage all around the pool clubhouse area, causing erosion.
All of this needs to be done. The pool probably over the years has been our most expensive fix. And many of you know that it's one of the few junior Olympic sized pools in the area. And we have a great swim team. Wilshire Park is something that we're working on. I know you've seen lots of activity down there. The tennis courts are no longer viable to play tennis on.
Cracks like this run throughout the surface here at the Wilshire courts. One of the issues that we have is the trees that have been growing all the way around the periphery. The roots have gone in. I pointed out that muck area on the left side. Well, all that water tends to stay there right next to the courts. So we're going to cut these out, run a trencher all the way around the outside of the courts. The easiest way to manage this system is not to tear it off. It's going to be exactly where it needs to be. We put a cord over it, and we've got a safe surface for everybody to play on. The area right here in front of the tennis courts, we of course need to take care of the couch that's under here. The same type of trash that's up there. We want to clear all this stuff up. We're going to bring some irrigation down and put zoysia grass all in this area here so we can have a nice open field for soccer, pretty much field sports, all in this area so that we have a nice consistent area to play.
I hope by now that you've all read the reserve study. You are aware of the many things that need to be done in the subdivision. Our legal consultants have made these recommendations, so many of these things will need to be corrected, not just for looks, but for safety's sake. But we're looking forward to the future in Walker's Ridge. It's exciting, and we have a wonderful neighborhood.
There is no question the heart of Walker's Ridge is broken. The question is, will you do your part to fix it?